Hey again everybody, City of StarCraft here for yet again another StarCraft 2 commentary. This particular map is the Delta Quadrant, and it's red Zerg in the bottom right corner, named Assassin, going up against yours truly, the blue Protoss, over in the top left. And it's a pretty good map. It favors anyone but Zerg, really. The reason why I say that is, yeah, you do have an expansion that you can put towards the back of your base. Which is really nice if you destroy it and whatnot. But the thing about Zerg is you usually want to get expansions out pretty early, 13, 14, or 15 supply. And in order to do that, you actually would have to take the expansion out from your base. Now, the only problem with that is that expansion is towards your opponent. And if you look at the rush distances from just about anywhere, it's not too far to get to the expansions. You go across the map there, or say you spawned over here. Like I say, the expansions are out front are pretty vulnerable, and if the Zerg tries to expand early, if they're not able to hold it with a couple spines, it typically doesn't work out too well for them. 8 p.m. at the immediate moment, we got Zerg players at about 62 and at about 93. Again, if you can get your APM up pretty high with keeping in mind all the other stuff you have to do, multitask and whatnot, do so, but don't make it your sole focus on your videos and stuff of that nature when you watch a replay, I should say. Oh, I didn't do so well, because the APM. I is dropping and spawning full whatnot. And I'm out scouting around, and I do of course see this little dancing drone right here. I'm guessing he's trying to block me from putting a cybernetics core down, but yeah, I don't think he blocks me all that well. Now, of course, I do scout that he's not putting down an expansion. Then I do end up seeing a couple of Zerglings go in, so instead of dropping my typical cybernetics core here, I'm going to drop a gateway. I know he's going to try to end it pretty quick, try to make an early type of rush, do some damage. I dropped the cybernetics core originally, and then I actually did see over here that he's got Zerglings going out, and he's not real play standard. He's just going to try to end it pretty quick. So I instead of dropping another gateway so I can get a couple of Zealots out, do any type of prevent any type of Zergling rush or harassment. And these little drones over here still chilling. I am getting some gas though, so when I do decide to go up to soccer or anything of that nature, I have a little bit of gas to fund those. Well, I don't worry about getting my second gas as early as I usually do. I instead go ahead and drop down 4 gateways, do a 4 gate, but mainly focus on the Zealots off the start, just again because here he comes with those Zerglings. And as you can see, I'm in here scouting with my little probe. But more than likely, he doesn't scout all over the place. They'll see anything I didn't expect, which was, these mass-produced Zerglings. Units, he's got 6 Zerglings, and against my 1 Zealot. He's only got 15 drones, so he's going to do, for the most part, an all-in attack with just Zerglings. Time in is pretty quick. Units lost 75 to 50. I did lose that drone, and here goes to the attack again. This time with 6 Zerglings, and as you can see, 2 of the Zealots do quite well against Zerglings. Units lost, you're looking at now 175 to 50, and income showing. Of course, I'm keeping up with my drones, or my probes, I should say. 22 to 15. Keep producing workers, even if you're getting rushed. I would say, you definitely don't queue up a lot of them, but make a few of them enough that you can keep your economy growing. You want to eventually be pushing out of here. He does have a substantial army out here. 7 Zerglings, followed up with, what we got now, 15 total Zerglings. We could try and bust in here, but I do, of course, have my Zealots on hold command. Now, of course, you can tell this gateway was off 1 hex where it should be, but not too worried about it now that I have enough Zealots here to just hold the line. I don't have to worry about anybody sneaking in here and whatever. Now he's only on 1 gas. He has finished, of course, Zergling speed. He's producing a couple drones here, but now he switched over to get some roaches. And I figured that he's at least going to do some type of roach play because he's trying to keep me confined to my base. So either he's going to try and get some roaches or he's going to try to get an extension. And luckily I was correct in the fact that he was going to get the roaches. So in kind I of course get some stalkers and sentries. I have now of course got my second gas. It's fully mined for 3 people. 3 people I see, 3 harvesters. And I'm gonna test the waters out here. Move out just a little bit. See, of course, I do see, of course, the roaches, and trying to really baiting up the water, the wall here. Now I probably could have just stayed back and attacked that, but in a sense I might have lost maybe a little bit more than on that one roach would have been worth. Definitely could have killed it, but again, who knows how much I would have actually lost. Now I am banking a lot of resources, so I'm not keeping up with my spending as much as I should. I am actually chrono boosting out some of my gateways here, just so that in case he does attack, I have a better chance to have more units, plus I can spend my money a little quicker. I am just trying to finally move out here. He does have some bases here. And I do block most of them off. I do lose one zealot right there, but he lost, of course, a lot more of the things. Kill his overlord right there. One thing to worry about with Zerg, especially if you play it, is yeah, you want to scout with your overlords, but if you see you're being pushed back, make sure you get your overlords out of it. You don't want them to just die for no reason. As you can see, here's a bad rally point for one of his overlords. And I'm just going to continue to push a little bit more and more forward. Army size, I'm staggering 60 to 42. But if you look at it, you know, I'm also ahead on the harvester count. So I'm able to produce more of an army. And hunting overlords. There's another overlord I found. And as you can imagine, I ended up finding another one. So the game could have gone a little bit differently if he was a little more focused on his overlords and didn't just allow him to kill him. Because he got unsupplied, and then I made it so that he was, you know, of course, oversupplied there. Now I'm going to push up the ramp a little bit, just test the waters a little bit. I'm not going to commit too much into it, just because I know he's got those banings. And he's got it pretty well set up very nicely here. He wants me to commit to an attack here. What he'll probably do is engage with the roaches, then move them back, and send the banelings and the roaches back in order to clean up what was left. But instead of just running out there and taking a chance of dying, I'm going to sit and you know, macro up a little bit of an army. I am working on the back rocks, so when I do decide I want to take another base, it's ready to go for me and keep my economy up. I do not get any detection. I do not scout his base as an observer in this particular game. Again, I always recommend some type of scout, whether you're using an overseer with or scan from the Karen, or, you know, observer for Protoss, because he could have easily been already had this destroyed and, you know, had a second base. And if so, I could have attacked that, or I could have realized that, hey, maybe I'm got to go up against a bigger force than I really am. Now again, going back to the overlords, as you can see, he's got one inside my base that maybe he forgot about. I do want to scout around the 5-6 minute mark with the overlord, but just leaving him in the middle and not actually doing anything is not the way to do it. Bring your overlords around to the back, perhaps, or onto the side, and then bring them across the middle of the base so you can see what's going on with it. You get to lose it, but that little bit of sight does actually help. And as you can see, now I'm spending all my resources. Here it's banked at 4,000 because he doesn't really have any places to spend them on. He's only on one base, and you really want to be ahead of your opponent if you're a Zerg player in terms of bases. And now I got a nice little Zealot Sentry stock army inside that. I'm just going to push that there. I'm making as much fun to move and shoot a little bit, just trying to get my arms in. I do end up pushing right there for a second. Take more damage than I could have. Now you can see 25, 25. Maybe to lose some more so here. Again, overload placement. If anything, put him behind in the dark area behind him. So now he's having to pull off the drones to the line. And I'm just gonna hit with my Guardian Shield, trying to get as many as I can. He lost all of his drones and all of his enemies. Does BM with LOL, good game. He tried to end the game early. I was able to hold it off. This particular player probably doesn't know how to do a mid to late game play. So if you're able to hold off a Zerg rush off the start, just buy your time as long as you can, build up an army, then counter. And usually it'll work to your, your avail. So as you can see, I was already going to plan to put an expansion up. So always plan ahead and just keep your cool. Alright guys, have a good one.